Hello, ladies and gents. This is your host, Star Destroyer Gaming, back with some more Steel Division 2 here, Corellian Isthmus. I took a brief break from this guy. It's been a while since you guys have had a video, I'm sure. I went out camping. So took some R&R, but now we are back. The R&R time is over, and we're back to the front lines here, making sure everything is in order. Today we're just going to do the finish turn. We had quite a long video last time. 3 hours, I believe, because I tried foolishly in my arrogance to combine 2 turns into one, but as soon as I took my foot off the Soviets here, they attacked here, and then here, and then here, and they forced a breakthrough here, wiped out an AA unit that stood in their way, and then an entire infantry regiment as well, 100% casualties on both those, and they forced their way through here despite having tremendous casualties here. So, that was definitely something to see. So, we're just going to do the finish turn today. Should be a shorter video, but not as short as the others, like hopefully more than 15 minutes as we deal with this breakthrough. So let's start with our reinforcements here. 122nd Infantry Division, 6th Divisiona, and 11th Divisiona. So here we've got our first properly German troops. This one, I just read a book the other day about Karl Dönitz, and they did send, this was the one infantry division they sent to Finland to try to prop them up. And it looks like here, we've got the headquarters of the division, Tank Destroyer Battalion 122 with 10 Stugs, which is what I'm interested in, the Stugfear. And then these two, Fusilier Battalion and Pioneer Battalion. I'm not a fan at all of the Fusilier Battalions. I do not like them. But, look at this, very interesting, look at this, how many, that's a lot of recon here. Wow. So, anyway, we're going to deploy these guys up. These guys, these 10 tanks, basically will be the spearhead of an attack down here. We are going to let's see, let's scooch this laddie down here. And this guy can go here. So we're going to bring this guy down and use all of our artillery that we can to pin down things over here. Next turn, of course, is after a couple turns. This is very weak. 159 men, and no tanks or AT at all, so bad situation for this fella here. So we're going to wipe this out. And then this is also a heavily weakened regiment, and this guy is full strength, of course. We're going to try our best to pin down and mobilize everything we can back here so that they cannot intervene in the battle, and our 10 Stugs can go to work. But that's it, and then we've got, of course, just proper German troops here providing us reinforcements. So they are in position there. Check out 6th Divisiona. They can be deployed here, which is where I want them. These guys are still making this overland trek here. I wish I could deploy them farther down, but I can't. I think we should actually put them here so they're closer to the road. We'll put these guys around the 6th Division, the HQ, and then a Pioneer Battalion and an Independent Battalion. Oop, my bad there. And these guys need to keep moving down. 11th Divisiona, if they get deployed, they're going to be right in the teeth of things. I don't, look at this, this guy's going to spawn on the lake. I don't even know if that's possible. But we don't need them there. Things are fine. It's not necessary. If it is, I'll call them in, but we have so many that's packing the area. I don't want an unfortified unit caught at the edge of a Soviet offensive, so we're going to keep moving these fellas closer. Maybe, you know what, it probably would have been better to spawn him here, but that's okay. We're going to push all of these units here that we've got up to the front, mostly just a lot of infantry and artillery. This is all light artillery. But, I mean, this is really medium artillery, or even heavy. This is, you know, whatever the Finns call light artillery. It's any normal person would see as some pretty heavy armament there. This guy here could attack into the middle of this, I'm sure. I mean, there's a possibility they could pin down and bombard guys, like here. Here it could definitely get done, but I don't want to put him in the middle of a bunch of enemy formations and get wiped out. So we'll leave that problem for a little later. Let's scooch these guys. Keep these guys moving toward the front lines. These guys can start really pushing up here. not exactly sure how that, if I cut this off here, will they be severed? Do I have to like sever this and have units come all the way along here and before this whole area is wiped out, or what? I don't know what it's going to take to cut off all the supply of these guys, but we're going to keep doing it and keep fighting it conventionally as well. Move all this heavy arty down. Heavy arty really does need those roads. These guys, they're not even important in the slightest. I'm not even going to assign guys to destroy them because they'll be splintered at our leisure. They'll really just fall apart as soon as we need them to. This guy's still bombarded here, having a bad time, just sitting there, struggling. The lad, poor fella. You know, these guys are pushing through. We've got our tanks are now officially in this breakthrough area where we've captured. But now the front line has moved, so now they have a little bit more area to traverse before they get to the front. What I'm probably going to do is use them to come around here. They're fast, control these crossroads here, maybe bring them around, and try to punch through here to encircle everything here. If I can get a breakthrough here and get a nice encirclement, or bring them here, up around, and punch through here, that would be an effective use of my formations there, I think. But now we've just got all those units that we set aside now are paying off dividends. They're starting to pour into this breach here and are going to really wreak havoc on the enemy, I think. And it's a pretty thorny question what to do here. I mean, these guys are down. This guy attacked. We shouldn't have ever been in that position, frankly. That was a mistake to let that happen, but that's okay. You know, we have no AA here, actually, so I'm going to deploy this guy so we can get some AA cover, because we actually do need that. And then we do have an AA unit down here, far south, where he's not really doing anything at all, frankly. Yep, let's keep these assault guns moving. Now the question is, how to wipe this guy out? Well, there's no reason to use this guy. Let's see about this. This is what I want to attack, is this here. And this is what we'll use. Alright, they are punched through there. They can't get out. Well, let's make sure that these guys stay pinned down. These fellas can keep moving. Keep it moving, lads. And we've got this armor battalion. And these guys that still can't come through because of this guy sitting here being miserable and destroyed and whatever, out of supply. So this route is blocked. We'll keep moving these instead. It's a lot of tanks in these, but they're all very poor quality. They'll go down in one hit to anything, including anti-tank rifles. They'll go down. I can't imagine a scenario in which one of those takes more than 3 hits from an AT rifle. Actually, now this situation is getting a little bit dicey here, so we are going to move in units to close the gap. We're going to pin this and this so they can't move or go anywhere or do anything. These units will start to reform the defensive line here. That is something that looks like needs to be done, without a doubt. And these folks need to dig in as well and be ready. This I don't anticipate. I don't know how much they can do. But let's move this guy a little closer here so they can get a little bit more range there on his artillery. I think this area is good to go. I wish I could bombard this, but that's not really an option at the moment. This fella can't break through still, unfortunately. Now here, I think we have the possibility for another breakthrough. Let's see here. This is a support unit, and normally they won't engage. I actually don't want to come up with these. If they decide... Let's see. The only thing I have the capability to do here is pin this guy and then this. This with the bomber. With my quote-unquote fighters, I'll pin him here so they can't move. They didn't deploy this AA for some reason. They're letting me getting away with a lot of tactical freedom. This is the damaged one that ran into my front line. Now, I don't think they will do anything to stop me here if I do this, so let's push through here. Oh, look at him, he got away, the heavy AA. That's unfortunate. Alright, we'll pull back now, and basically let them have their own positions back. That it does not matter to me too much. If I could... You know, actually, I think we have some real possibilities here. Let's push this fella up. Let's get him right in there. We can't cut this guy off for some reason. I don't know why. It's a little frustrating to me. But we'll dig him in and make it impossible for them to dig him back out. And this guy can help support and pin guys that get close. Here, meanwhile, we'll use our artillery to do what we can against these guys, including this. This guy is the only unit here that could come to its help. So let's bombard this. I don't want anyone assaulting this. These guys can make it, but there's nothing I can do about them at the moment. What is this guy? This is 100% effectiveness. I don't want to see one of those in battle ever, frankly. Let's keep that pinned. This guy took some light casualties, but the casualties are to the infantry, not to the launchers. We only killed 3 launchers here. And my god, I would auto-res, because it's only 31 soldiers, but the artillery power is ridiculous. Each one of these has... Let's see what it's got here. 0.28. These things have 0.006. You know, actually, these things are worth a lot more than 4 82mm mortars. I'd rather auto-res to take out these mortars, because these infantry are rated so low. But there's no chance I can auto-res with that alone and get a favorable outcome, I think. Holy cow, these things do have that range, don't they? Let's lose this big guy here to bombard this Guards Mortar Brigade. And this right here will keep under bombardment as well. I do want to let this fella here come out and play a little. We might be able to hit him with aircraft. And I want them to attack in this sector so that they're weakened so that I can come back. If they have guys that are disorganized here, it'll be less A phase that'll intervene when I start pushing down my tanks through here. My 10 tanks, admittedly, but let's see if we can take Vybor with 10 tanks. That's basically what I'll be using. Everybody else is essentially in their positions that I want them in. So we are going to end the video here, and the next video, we're going to go ahead and let the Soviets do their thing. They can't attack here anymore. They can't attack here. I made sure of it by bombarding them. And here, this is the only place they could attack, so their situation, I'm not spinning a long turn for the Soviets, so I think that I will let them go ahead. So let's go ahead and pass this and see what they can do at us. No immediate attack, they're shifting units, establishing AA, which is something they haven't done all game. They're finally using their AA to their advantage. I'm not a big fan of that at all. Digging in their disorganized units. Slowly wearing down their air power. I don't know how much they have exactly. Again, unsuccessful attempts at breaking my air cordon, which is contiguous here, but then breaks off. So that's why I'm moving this AA up to help get myself a little bit more front line. They seem to be in a little bit confusion, moving their guys in this area. More flak defense here. They're throwing themselves at me now. Perhaps if they can't get the aircraft through, maybe they're saying not to attack on the ground for some reason, which I don't really understand. Because they have the ground units to attack. And they have the AA that they could establish to make sure that my aircraft don't intervene, so I'm not sure what they're worried about. Yeah, and this fella here, I think he's going to have time to dig in. Now down here, let's see what they do. Not a lot. Not a lot they can do. I don't know if they have units back here that I can't see. or how many additional troops they have coming up to the front line. It's kind of the question of how many units have I identified versus how many are still in the fog of war. It is our turn. Let's keep on moving our guys here. These are disorganized now. This can really be wiped out at our leisure. There's no big hurry in eliminating these, but I do want to blood my army a little bit. I mean my tanks, that is. So I'll let them. Maybe I'll let them come in here and knock out some units, but maybe I won't. We'll see. This is good now. We're wiping out a lot of divisions. This guy, surprisingly, is the one that can destroy it, but I'm not moving him from his position. He needs to dig in. So do these guys. You guys get to have your first kill. They may be surrendering units anyway, but congratulations to you. Now this AA is a little bit of a question for me now. Do I try to establish an air cordon here, or do I want to have a mobile unit out here that could help me with anti-air defense? I don't know yet. I'm still deciding. And if the goal is to capture territory, I'm capturing it, but it's not. It's just to secure the strategic positions of Viborg and Lepidenta. So, alright, we've reached this major road highway here. That is looking good. Holy cow, we are just about at their airbase. I don't know why their pawns are out here and not here. And this is a full-strength fighter unit, or almost full strength. That's a little scary to me. Those Lend-Lease aircraft. And this is full strength as well. A very strong recon and fighter group. Well, we will establish ourselves at the airbase and dig in so that they can't do anything. It's more important, I think, that I seal this off than wipe out some disorganized unit that's not going to have any chance of survival. So let's... they're holding up my advance, unfortunately. It's basically just this mass of prisoners that are impeding my advance. They're blocking up the roads, which is a service in of itself for them. They're actually doing something useful for their war effort, even though they've completely disintegrated. This guy can go ahead and accept their surrenders. My god, those guys move fast on the roads, don't they? I think I will have this guy as a roving unit to ward off enemy planes, even though soon that won't be an issue at all anywhere, I think. Given our dominance now in that area. Here, get a little traffic jam behind these guys. This is going to have to be cleared up ASAP. These guys just have to keep moving. And we've got more units available for the 122nd Infantry Division. Your job is to go here and establish some AA in this area. Dig in, sir. We're gonna need you. I don't want this guy being attacked directly. Let's move him down. And let's just put him here. I mean, no harm in that. Pioneers. More infantry. Ooh, and they bombarded this. I didn't realize that they did that the other turn. This guy will have freedom of movement. Unless I use an aircraft on him. That's unfortunate. This guy should have stayed over here. They're gonna need help. Oh well. These guys can help reinforce. This guy, if I remember, I'll put him here to provide a pool of reinforcements for Independent Battalion 12 that's held so valiantly for so long. Thanks to their inaction, we've had time to dig in, and we can stop these guys from interfering with that process. with a little targeted artillery bombardment. It is turn 11. Let's keep things moving, folks. Here we go. Looking good there. These guys do move a lot better on the highways, that's for sure. I don't want this guy to get attacked, so I'm a little leery of putting him too close to the front. I'm surprised they haven't attacked here, for example. They do have the capability of not digging themselves in. Here they could attack. Here they could still attack. Here, and here they could attack. And if they really wanted, they could cycle this guy out. This weak regiment. But they are not choosing to do so. And I think that actually might be everyone I want to move around. Jaeger Battalion. Jakari, I haven't really used those much. I love this. This is basically a Kivari recon squad, but then with Molotov cocktails for anti-infantry and a AT gun. That is looking fun. These guys are in position. This artillery is primed to go. Let's bombard these. Let these guys be. If they want to attack, they support an attack, they can. But I am generally trying to encourage attacks in this area so that this attack may have more success getting to Viborg. And I definitely don't want these Katyushas supporting anything like tanks like that. They should not be allowed to have that freedom. And here we've got the 409th Infantry Regiment, 1st and 2nd Battalions, I suppose, of that. This is the exact same composition, just in a different order, which is odd. I don't know why they would choose to do that, but it's nice and cheap. We've got German infantry here shoring up, and these guys were shipped in for rail from Sweden. Through the rail lines. Because the Swedes actually let the Germans move troops through their country, which is a little surprising. I mean, they really were as benevolently neutral as it's possible to be. Alright, let's end the video here, guys. But before that, I do want to check the battle order here. They've got their 3 armies. This thing is 1 pawn, which is ridiculous. This is just 1 pawn. That's entire Leningrad front reserve. And that is... No, not here. I've seen it, though. It's popped up, and it is actually 1 pawn. It's an incredible amount of units in one. I can't believe they let them do that. But there's that, and then, of course, these armies here. Some of the independent units we fractured, but all these divisions are pretty much doing okay. I don't know if we've destroyed any complete divisions yet. Now, here we go. This rifle, we have managed to wipe out an entire rifle corps from the 23rd Army, and there will be more casualties on the way. This entire rifle corps is gone. What happened down here, this encirclement this group of soldiers was 1 full rifle corps. The only thing that escaped my net was this anti-tank regiment belonged here and got out, actually. But everything else was caught, so as we fractured this, we should have 2 rifle corps destroyed, which is exciting. That's most of an army, so we'll keep that up and be in good shape. We're cutting across the rear area, not encountering resistance. But I'm going to leave the video off there, guys. I'm glad I extended it to this extra move here. If they attack here, I can hold them off for 1 turn, but then after that, I'm screwed. They could easily start detaching guys if I get too close and start fighting. So I don't see them detaching guys to face me here, but these guys will once I get up here. So we'll see how that works. We'll see if they actually get cut off or not. But that's going to be it for today, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. This is your host, Starshare Gaming, signing off.